You're live!
You guys are here.
I am live.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey, welcome everybody.
We thought we'd do something super cool, and we have 4 YouTubers here, including myself, so that's 4.
You got this?
And we're here in Montreal checking out the new Civic Type R.
Come on
we
closer.
thought it'd be fun for all of us to kind of get together and do one live video. Got that for us?
So once again, I'll repeat what I just said.
Here we go.
So we got all 4 of us. We've got HondaPro Jason.
What's going on, guys?
Sofyan from Redline. We've got Jason from Engineering Explained. Of course, me here.
Introduce yourself to my fans
And
that
we've
might
got,
not know you.
once again, Roman with TFL.
I'm Jason with Engineering Explained.
Sofyan with Redline Reviews.
HondaPro Jason with HondaPro
Jason.
Jason.
Now we've got 2 cameras here, guys.
Yes.
Jason's on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube.
Yep.
So we're trying to stay looking at one camera.
So we'll take your questions. We want to talk about the Type R. We want to talk about what we're doing and why we're here. And I just thought it would just be cool to get us all together for you guys, because I've never seen us all together. Have you?
So this is a big opportunity.
This is the first time. So the reason we're in Montreal is because Honda took us out and they wanted to show us the new Civic Type R, which is awesome. Unfortunately, we're under an embargo for a couple days, so we can't tell you how it drives, but we can talk to you guys about some of the outside features that we really love. And 3 of us have driven it.
I have not driven it yet.
That's one that hasn't. So he has to
I
drive
drive it tomorrow.
And we've all driven it. And I'm actually going to start because I've waited about 18 years to talk about this car. And I'm going to say, honestly, the first thing that strikes me on the car is
It's white.
It's white.
It's champion white.
Championship white.
Championship white. Very good.
I like all the aero on the car. I love the rear spoiler. I love the front. I love this functional hood scoop to cool off the engine. That's what I like. I love all the aero on the car. Sophia?
I think that I'm building on his like for the aero. I like how the aero is actually all functional. Like everything's, for the intercooler, for the brakes, everything that has a purpose. Even though some people may say it's over-designed, it actually works on the car as a whole.
I mean, are we allowed to talk about aero?
You can talk about aero.
Get
geeky with it.
Something that's cool that you can see just by looking on the front of it. So you've got these holes right here. You can actually see through the car. So there's a little outlet right here where that air can pass through. And so the reason why they do that is to create a little thin sheet of air that goes over the turbulence of the wheel spinning. The same thing is on the Acura NSX, and you have it on the Type R.
All right, my favorite thing, I did not know this until 48 hours ago, was that this car, actually the original Civic Type R came out in 1997. So this is the 5th generation, and for all you Honda fanboys out there, it's FK8, is that right?
This is an FK8.
Hey, it's
FK8
FK8.
that one.
And the coolest thing
I've
I
been teaching
think,
him.
by far, is, let's see if you boys know this, why is this red? Jason told me, so why is the Honda logo red? Because
it's a Type R.
right, only Type Rs get the red Honda logo, and it's both here, it's on the steering wheel, and it's on the key, and I think that is way cool.
And yes, it comes from Honda's heritage of racing,
Yes.
which is awesome, of course.
H stands for heritage.
And
H does not stand for
all
heritage.
right, here's a trivia question for any of you guys. What other Type Rs have there been? You know the answer to this.
Oh, this is a good question.
what other
Answer,
Type Rs?
actually, I won't answer it.
Yeah.
But are people answering it in the comments?
How about over there? Anybody
Not
answering
yet.
Not yet?
There is a small, so when you go live, there is a small delay. So they'll get what we're saying like a minute or 2 later. But Jason, do you know all the models of Type R that Honda has? So obviously the Honda Civic.
Yep.
Do you know what the other ones are?
Integra Type R.
One. Keep going.
Now, is this for only North America or
No,
just
this
in
is
general?
worldwide.
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 NSX Type R.
That's 2.
Accord Type R.
You nailed them.
Okay, so there's 3.
And no help.
There's that thing like you never ask a question that you don't know the answer
Here
to.
was the Accord Type R.
Accord Type, that's a great question. The Accord Type R was in the beginning of the 2000s. First in Japan, one in Europe, and then they had one called the Euro Type R. Ironically, the Euro Type R, 2003 and 4, was only available in Japan.
So the US never had an Accord Type R.
Europe never had the Euro Type R.
So the cool thing about this car, I think, is that it's never been to America. And
No.
the really cool thing is that the Europeans have always gotten it, and this is the first chassis that's actually been developed as a Type R from the ground up.
That's a very important point.
Which means this, right? Which means that here in the States, sorry Canadians out there, we are the first to get it.
Yes, we are.
So we
very
get
first people to
we
get
get it
it.
ahead of Europe. We get it ahead of Canada.
But we are in Canada.
We get it ahead of Japan. And what Roman said was very important. This platform, the Civic platform, the hatchback, was developed for the Type R from the beginning. So it wasn't like 2 or 3 years later, they're like, oh, let's make a Type R version. No. This was a Type R from the beginning. So the way I tell people, and this is true, is it's a chassis of a Type R that they also make the Sport and the Sport Touring in for the hatchbacks.
All right, I'm going to interrupt this for a brief commercial. So come over here. Jason's Facebook page is really close right now.
This Jason?
Yes. Engineer
Explain
Explain is really close to 1 million.
450 people away.
Yeah, we're 450 people
That's a
away.
lot. We don't have to lie. It's a lot.
To 1 million. So you guys go to Facebook, on Facebook, and on YouTube, and go over to his YouTube channel. Thank you, Davis.
No, Facebook.
Go to his Facebook channel, his Facebook page.
And go like his page.
And like it so he gets to 1 million. Let's see if we can get him up to 1
Jason
million.
promised me it would happen
Yeah, he
by
promised
the end of the
it.
night.
If you guys know me,
I told him
I do make promises. I promise it would happen by the end of the night. Now, I think we're going to do something for the 1 millionth person
Yeah,
on
we
the
are.
page. Are you okay with this?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, this is what we're doing. For the
I
1
don't know how to
millionth
figure that
person
out, though,
that
but
likes,
all right,
we'll figure it
go
out.
with it.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what we'll do.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not. Yep. I've
No, we're
decided.
going to do it.
Yeah.
Can I do it on mine?
Yeah.
We can't
Okay,
do that
so,
here.
well, this is what I'm going to do then.
Doesn't make sense.
As soon as we hit 1 million, I'm going to randomly select one person that follows his Facebook page and give them a Civic Type R hat that you can only get from this press event. So there's probably maybe 60 or 70 of them made ever. I'm going to sign it. Engineering Explain's going to sign it. Roman's going to sign it. And Sophia Bay's going to sign it. This will be the only hat ever signed by all 4 of us.
We can also get Matsumoto-san to sign it.
And we can have the chief engineer
of the Type R.
for the Type R to
That's
sign.
cool. That's cool.
That's going to be pretty epic, guys.
I want that hat.
So that's 1 million likes on his Facebook page. Engineering Explain.
If
That should be
anybody
easy to
of
do.
Team TFL's following, just get on that. Because I want
All
that
my
hat.
followers on HondaPro Jason, go there. Redline Reviews. Is it okay if they go there and like his page?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
All right, guys.
Are there questions? Anyone ask any questions real quick that we can answer other than why it's not all-wheel
Are
drive?
there a lot of questions?
I mean, there are a lot of comments. There are a lot of comments.
Guys, this is our very first live without
Yeah.
full
Appropriate.
So we're kind of winging it here.
Yes, how would they like a little? Would
You
guys
have
like a little
fans.
walk around the car? How would a little walk around
Yeah,
the
but
car?
before we do that,
Yes.
if you guys are interested in a review of this car, there is an embargo, but we will be all putting up our own reviews, right? So coming up on, I think 12:01. Davis, when is it? 12:01.
12:01 Eastern on the 14th.
Which is, 3 days from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will not have my review up. Mine will be a couple days late. I'm actually going to review my own personal Type R that I pick up right Tuesday
You
or
already
Wednesday.
bought one.
Yeah.
I bought one.
He's gonna have one. at
So
his
I'm going to do
disposal
a
whenever he
personal
wants.
review on my own car, which means no one can tell me what I can and can't do with it, which will be awesome. Your review will probably be up right around.
I will try my
dates.
best because I will still be in Montreal when the embargo lifts, but I will try my best to get it.
I've already done a top 5 surprises. It's on TFL, of
Yeah,
course.
he's
I
always
have.
first.
And what's yours going to be about?
I will probably have mine
Don't tell
on
me.
Wednesday.
You're going to have a whiteboard in it.
Yes.
Tell me you have a
There will
whiteboard.
eventually be a whiteboard video, not on Wednesday though.
Okay.
So what's the angle on yours? What are you talking about?
I'm going to talk about torque steer.
Torque steer.
Oh,
we can't
torque
talk about
steer.
torque steer. Oh, just as a general topic, we can't talk about it right now.
His whole video is going to be, a lot of your videos can be on torque steer, which is awesome because a lot of people are talking about how a car with 306 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds of torque, front wheel drive only, how does it not have torque steer? And you're going to explain that to people.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know if it has torque steer.
Well,
We'll have to wait till.
How
I
it
genuinely
does
don't
or
know.
doesn't have torque steer.
I
know.
genuinely don't know.
He doesn't know.
These three know.
I know.
I
but
don't know.
I'm not going to say anything.
Let's do a walk around.
All right, you do a walk around. You're a
I'm
Honda
gonna
Pro,
do a
Jason.
walk
You do a
around.
walk around.
Okay, come on, let's do a walk around. Let's get out of the shadows so they can
I'll
see.
I'll open the hood for you.
Would you open the hood for me? I'll start there.
You gotta start with the
So
hood.
we did talk
You
about
can,
the arrow on the car.
Roman, if you want to turn it on, you can.
So if you take a look at some of the arrow on the
Can you get
bottom,
close to me?
all the arrow on the car is functional. So this isn't just for looks, even though it does look good. All the arrow is functional. So a lot of the arrow on the front obviously is to push the car lower to the ground. It's a front wheel drive car. You want to get the car down so you get traction. So you come around to the side here, you get a really good view without the shadows, I think. These little winglets here, These are the channel air, and as soon as the air goes through here, it's going to push this down. Believe it or not, this actually might move sometime. This is tight, all the way down like that. These holes here, as Jason explained, these are going to cool off the brakes, then come all the way around the car. Let's jump into the engine since he popped the hood. I'm going to show you guys this hood scoop is actually functional. What this hood scoop does is it lets air come in to cool off this engine, and then these rails actually channel the water that comes in the hood scoop off to the side, so your engine doesn't get all wet. 2-liter turbo.
Hey, how come there's a cover on this one but no cover on the side?
That's a great question, and one I don't have the answer to.
You don't?
I don't know.
Because it's red. See, it's red.
Is that why it's?
I'm
so
going with
it's
red.
Red engine cap is
Yeah.
specific to Type R.
Yeah, Civic Type R, red.
Honda fans will be very happy to know this car does have VTEC, Earthtrem's VTEC with dual VTC as well, which is awesome. Anybody want to go through some of the specs? Or you want me to go through them?
You can go through them.
Horsepower, 306. Torque, 295.
All right, but here's a question for you.
There's a question.
How come in Europe it's 316?
That's a great question.
Why is it 316?
The reason why it's more in Europe than here is Europe actually has 99 ROM for their octane and gas. Here in the States, we have 91, 93. So the computer was set up for 99 ROM, which gives it extra power. Otherwise, it's the same engine, same transmission, Europe and US. Great question.
So, if you put Euro gas in a US car, what happens?
It's a great question.
It gets the same power.
The same power as Europe. It gets us, there's your answer. So if you
what's this
put
made of?
aluminum,
Aluminum.
which
Damn.
is crazy because last generation Type R, the European Type R, the fenders were actually aluminum and this hood was steel. They switched it because this hood's much bigger now. And because of a bigger hood to save weight, they went with aluminum. So just like the S2000, Jason, how high do you have to hold your hood for the S2000 shut it?
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
The same thing here. You got to shut this hood, guys, from about here. Otherwise, it won't shut right. Brakes.
Brembos.
Brembo 4-piston.
Yeah.
Rotor size,
Is that out?
13.
I don't know what
13.8
I'm
is
gonna
out.
say.
Almost all the specs are out totally. Continental 6 tires, 245/30 20s. Why did they go 20s? Is it just for the look? No, it's actually, they went for a 20 so they get a wider wheel on there. Wider wheel because this car is a race car for the road. And this, so you guys know, this is going to come in one trim level. It's called the Touring trim. So it's essentially going to have almost everything the Touring hatchback has. There's a couple little things it won't have. You guys can plainly see there's no turn signal here. There's no lane watch mirror here. There's certain things that the Type R just didn't need. Why is there no sunroof? Head. Okay, so Jason, who is the tallest of all of us, says there's no sunroof for headroom, which is not really the case.
There's no.
Doesn't
Roman,
hurt. It doesn't hurt though.
Roman, come in here. Why is there no sunroof? Come on.
Well, what Honda says is because the sunroof adds weight and you want a low center of gravity, because Honda calls this a race car for the road, guys, so you don't want a heavy sunroof and a higher center of gravity. And there's...
if it's a race car for the road,
Yeah.
you need to wear a helmet when you're on a track.
Okay, I'll
And
give
you
you
need more headroom for the right. You're right.
By the way,
You're right.
hey, we just checked Engineer Explain.
Yes.
Facebook.
How close is he?
You got 20 more, so we're up 20.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're gonna get, guys.
80 more.
We're gonna get to 1 million, and someone's gonna win this hat that will be put in a glass case for sure.
So let me ask you.
Yes.
How many ways can you order it? How many features? How many models are there?
All the models. Well, there's one.
There's one.
You can choose your color though.
Yeah, there is. What are the colors?
We can talk about colors.
Yeah.
So we have Aegean blue, crystal black, championship white, polished metal metallic, and give me the red one. What's the red one called?
Rally
Red.
Red.
Rally with an E at the end.
Rally
Rad. There you go.
And if you guys are wondering how much it costs, you're gonna keep wondering.
You keep-
Yeah, until
You'll figure
Wednesday.
it out.
Yeah.
Although it was leaked. It was leaked, but we're not going to repeat it. It was leaked.
And if you're wondering
It was-
what,
Thank
Sophie
you,
knows
Sophie.
it was
As your humble Honda PR guy, I appreciate you
if you guys are
sending
wondering,
people on that goose chase.
It's all
Thank
in
you.
that already.
and if you're wondering what the MPG is, you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, you'll
You're gonna have to wait. Yeah, or ask Sophie where to find it because I'm sure he'll tell you.
I don't know it yet.
There's a little bit more air I want to show you, and then
go
let's
show
get to
'em.
the inside.
And subscribe.
This is the arrow that
Thank you.
I absolutely go crazy for. These are vortex generators. And what these are made for, these are actually made to disrupt the airflow coming across the top of the car. And that is because when it disrupts it, it hits this massive rear wing that you could probably have lunch on, and it slams us to the ground. So now you have the front of the car and the rear of the car slammed down to the ground thanks to the air, keeping the car glued to the road where it should be. There is no light in there, so that's not going to work, but there is light for these 3 exhaust tips. So, I seriously just ate a bug. Excuse me a moment.
Hey, hey guys, while he eats a bug, I'll go start up the car for you and you can listen to it. All right? Is that all right? Can I start it up?
Go for it.
All right, we'll get started up. You can listen to it. I'm going to start it up while you eat your bug.
And you got it all on video too.
That's it.
Oh.
So that was my first time hearing it, and I have to admit, it sounds mean.
Sounds mean, right?
Yeah, it's got that noise that I'm looking for. A lot of Honda enthusiasts.
Did we talk about why there's 3 exhaust pipes?
No, let's talk about that.
I think Jason should take this one.
Yeah, that's a
What if I asked Jason to hold off until the embargo lifts?
Then we won't talk about that till the embargo lifts.
Why don't we talk about why there's only 4 seats?
Oh, we talk about, so this is a 4-passenger. Why is it a 4-passenger?
Yeah,
Tell them. Because Type R's are 4 passengers or 2 passengers.
You're in the way of the light.
So the current Type R in the UK is a 4-passenger. This one's a 4-passenger. What I love the most about, well, I love everything about the interior. One thing I think is super unique is the color of the seatbelt. And Roman just knew these were red. They're red. Roman just found out they're red the other day. And how do you react?
That's cool, man. If there were a Porsche, you'd pay like $2,000 for a red seatbelt.
Well, Porsche charges like $800 for a red seatbelt.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just
And these are red with no extra charge and no
Look at that.
seats.
And of course, there's a 6-speed.
Excuse me. We can start this, right?
Yeah.
Want to go inside and walk into the interior?
Yeah, let me turn the interior lights on.
Yeah. Going inside and walking through. He knows more about it than I think any of us have. He's buying
I mean, he bought it already.
Okay, so the interior. Let's take this. We get, I don't know how much light we're going to get here. Okay, so starting with the interior, everything is stitched in red. So your steering wheel is stitched in red. There's red inlay here. It is a race-inspired steering wheel. I mean by that because this bottom area is flat like a race car.
Y'all are funny.
These seats, again, race-inspired seats. They're extremely bolstered, and they have holes right here. So in case you want to put a harness or a seatbelt, you can do that as well.
Yeah, we've gotten like 25, maybe 26.
The whole center is the same as the hatchback. So you still have the same center console, change holder, cup holders, no Easter egg because the hatchbacks didn't have the Easter egg in it. You get a VIN plate with the number. Please don't ask me how many they're going to make because Honda has not released that information. But each one will be numbered. 3 different drive modes. There's a Plus R, there's a Sport and a Comfort. The car will always start in Sport mode. It's going to be the medium mode. You can move the Comfort, obviously it's going to be more comfortable. And then Plus R is going to change everything, just like the SI. It's going to change the steering, the throttle, the suspension. It's I can say it's awesome. That's all I can tell you about it right now until the embargo lifts. This whole infotainment system, again, same as the Sport Touring. It's going to have your navigation, climate control. Everything's going to be very similar. The difference is really going to be in these gauges right up here.
Your lap change.
Can somebody, can someone start it? Can someone put their foot on the clutch for me? Car is in neutral.
That was a good idea to separate it because, yeah, otherwise.
Awesome. You got a really, really good view of that right there. Right there is perfect. Okay, so there's a couple things going on. If you guys have noticed, there's no tachometer in the car because you have a choice. You can either have the shift lights, Jason, or you can have the tachometer. What's cool about having the shift lights here is because if you have the shift lights here, you're able to switch.
Okay.
You're good, they're right there. You can put a G meter on the bottom. You can put a lap timer on the bottom. You can keep those shift lights up top. Or if you want, show the screen here for 1 second where my finger is. If you want, you can go to settings, vehicle, meter setup, and we're on the bottom, it's gonna say tachometer. You turn tachometer on. I'm gonna press this button, show the screen for a second for me. It's gonna remove that shift light and turn on the tachometer. Check that out. So you have your choice, you can go 1 or 2. It's gonna show you what gear you're in right there and what mode you're in, sport mode, plus R mode. Let's check that thing out. Sport mode, plus R mode. Plus R mode is gonna make everything a little deeper red all the way around. It's obviously, you guys can see the little character of the car right there as well. Also, this turns into a shift light. It'll actually blink repeatedly when it's time to shift. So there's some really unique parts of the inside of the car as well. Questions? Take a couple questions. What do you think? Let's get out of the car for a moment. We'll take some questions.
Thanks. Hey guys, so Jason, you did a wonderful job in taking him through. I was reading some of the comments.
High five.
And a lot of the comments were like, how much does it weigh?
High five.
What's the front suspension like?
It weighs this much.
Here, it weighs
It weighs
more
more than no. I'll tell you what, it weighs more than I weigh. That's all I gotta say.
Anyway, that stuff is embargoed.
It is. Just till Wednesday.
I think we've been live for 20 minutes. Keep in mind, we're trying to get young Jason
Yes.
up to $1 million.
Yes, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
So, Engineering Explained, go to his Facebook page. It's gonna look kind of like this with 2 cars that aren't Hondas, Engineering Explained. And you wanna go to his Facebook page and like it, and then tell your friends about it. We're gonna get to $1 million. We're gonna give away that hat we're giving away a hat, by the way. It's a Honda Civic Type R hat for those of you just joining us. It's a rare hat. It's a very, very rare hat because only probably 65 people have it. I'm gonna give up my own personal hat, but I'm gonna have it signed by Jason, myself, Roman, Sofian, and the lead engineer for the Type R project. So this is going to be one epic hat. You guys can win this hat.
I don't think he appreciates it.
No, he loves it.
You know, for all the work we're doing,
We're doing right now.
He's like, what? I don't want $1 million. God, all this fans.
All you have to do.
I gotta stay in touch with the original
You just have
people,
to
the original
like his
followers.
page. That's it. You're enter the win. So, first video, first live video actually, I think for Jason and for Sofian. Is this your first live video?
I've done a live video.
How does this one compare to the other one?
The live video that I made?
Yes.
The last one that I made was on variable cam timing, and we showed on an old Volkswagen engine how that worked.
That sounds really interesting.
All right. I say we say goodbye, guys.
I'm not doing that. This is Sofian's first live video.
Yes, it is my first appearance in a live video.
And how do you feel about it?
It's something that I will definitely give a try because I know a lot of my followers have asked me to do it. So you may have convinced me.
Are you gonna do Facebook or YouTube or both?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
I caught a bug in my mouth. That was weird,
That
right?
was gross.
Yeah, it was like, you see how I felt.
Yeah.
So guys, Redline Reviews, follow them. TFL Car, TFL Truck, follow them. Follow them, don't listen. HondaPro, you guys are probably already following me there. Follow me there. And of course, Engineering Explained. Follow this dude, he's awesome. Uber smart and amazing videos.
And thank you guys for joining us.
Yes,
here
thank you
in
for joining us for
Montreal.
sure.
Yeah,
It's been
appreciate
awesome
it.
talking to you guys. Leave comments. We're all going to read them. We're all going to share this video, and we'll get back to you guys as soon as we can. Embargo lifts on Wednesday.
Yep.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you guys next time. Ciao.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Good night.
And of course, I'm the HondaPro.
So you're not in the know.
And so you're in the know. See you guys.